Hi, I'm Ryan and welcome to my Schizophrenia channel. About 4 or 5 years ago, I went to the local hospital when I was in the midst of having a lot of panic attacks. I was having them a few times a week. I didn't really need to be in the hospital. I was just looking for a fresh opinion. And so they put me in the psych ward, which is normal. And this nurse came and interviewed me. And everything went fine. She was fine. She was a nice person. And then she goes down to the hall and walks into the lead psychologist's office with the door open and starts telling her he thinks he can be a counselor. And that's flat out discriminatory. Of course I can be a counselor. I probably have more knowledge of how counseling works from being in counseling. It's like saying if she's ever been sick with cancer or leukemia or something, she can't be a nurse. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, that was about 4 or 5 years ago. I've told this story before. Recently, about a month ago, I went back to the same hospital for, this time I was participating in a research study. I got up at 5:30 in the morning. I had to be at the hospital by 6:45. I was getting a number of scans, and I met with the doctor who was putting a catheter in my arm, which was pretty nasty. They actually take this wire about this long and they put it up inside your vein, and then they attach the catheter and they take the wire out. It's pretty nasty. So he asked me where I'm from. So I say I'm from this particular housing complex, subsidized housing complex that everybody in the area knows of. And he looked at me like he wanted to spit in my face. I've never seen a look like this before. And so then he asked me what I do for a living, probably expecting me to say, oh, I'm disabled, I don't do anything. And so I told him, I said, I'm a recovery specialist. And before I could tell him that I was also a mental health and substance abuse counselor, we got interrupted. And as he was talking to someone, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to tell this guy anything more about me. This guy's just a bad person. So then he leaves and the head nurse leaves. And I hear in the hallway, again with the doors open, the nurse who's going to be guiding me through my day, asking a question to the head nurse, and when referring to my schizophrenia, she says, "How bad is he?" Like schizophrenic people aren't normal people. Outside of these schizophrenia videos I make, I'm a normal person. I don't talk about this kind of stuff in life. The only time I talk about it is in therapy. In fact, the real purpose of these videos is to show what it's like, the kind of topics that come up in talk therapy with someone who has schizophrenia. Of course, I don't talk about these things on a regular basis to regular people. It's personal. But this is just kind of an inside look. So this hospital is run by a very famous school who has recently been in the news over the names of their colleges being named after former slave owners. And this has been going on in the news for a while now. The students have been protesting, locals have been protesting. This one African-American custodial employee got sick of it one day, and he took the end of his broom and he poked through a painted glass window that depicted slaves in a field. And because the glass fell onto the sidewalk down below, it was actually a felony. But this school didn't press charges. And because the school didn't press charges, the prosecutor dropped the case. And then later, due to protesting by both locals and students, the guy got his job back. So here I am in the hospital with this nurse guiding me through my day, and we had a number of conversations throughout the day because I was there until like 4:30, 5 o'clock at night, and it was a very long day. And so we had a number of conversations, and she told me she had her troubles with an adult alcoholic son that she had, and then I kind of typically a little later on, I went through what my Wednesdays are like, which are my counseling days at work, and then I told her about this particular counseling technique called motivational interviewing, which she didn't know about, but it's when used in a hospital emergency room. It's very effective with people who have been in accidents related to alcohol or drugs. It's insanely effective. It's like 50 or 60% effective in changing that person from the time they come in to the hospital to the time they leave. It's a very good technique, and it's one of the best in substance abuse counseling. So that day, I tried to leave a positive mark on everybody I met at the hospital. I didn't complain about it, even though this is the second time I've experienced something like this at this particular hospital. So leave a comment below. Should I make a complaint? Am I making too much of it? Let me know. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.